Zhongli can be put in almost every single team, but there are some teams in which he provides so much value that he becomes irreplaceable. Hi everyone, Crit Dude here, and today, I'll talk about the top 5 teams which makes the most out of Zhongli. Starting off with the Pyro Geo team. This team consists of 2 Pyro units, along with 2 Geo units, where one of the Geo unit is Zhongli, and the idea behind this team is to activate both Pyro and Geo Resonance. And by doing so, the party gets 25% attack bonus, 15% increase in shield strength, 15% damage bonus, and 20% reduction in enemies' Geo resistance. Now, the attack and damage bonus is good for increasing the whole party's damage output. Then increase in shield strength means that now Zhongli will have even more stronger shield than what he is already. And the reduction in enemies' Geo resistance will be obviously good for Geo members. And so, this team has 2 Geo characters to take advantage of it. Where on one hand, it has Zhongli, who can deal massive damage from his meteor, and on the other hand, it has a sub-DPS Geo user like the Traveler, or Albedo, who deals good amount of damage from their burst as well as can create Geo constructs to resonate with Zhongli's pillars, so that they can also deal decent damage off-field. And if that's not enough, Zhongli's shield also decreases all elemental and physical resistance of enemies by 20%, which will add to the overall damage output. And since Zhongli's shield duration is higher than its cooldown, he can have 100% uptime on his shield, which will keep all the buffs from the Geo Resonance and his shield active all the time. Then add in the attack bonus from Pyro Resonance, which also stays always active, and you get a team where all you have to do is create Zhongli's shield and start dealing damage. You neither have to think about reactions nor you have to think much about rotations. This makes it one of the simplest team to make, which constantly delivers more damage. So if you're looking for a simple team to make with Zhongli, which can also deal a lot of damage, then this team will be the perfect option. Moving on to the Anemo DPS team. As the name of this team suggests, this team has an Anemo unit like Xiao or Wanderer as DPS, and the goal of this team is to increase their damage as much as possible. Now there are limited ways to increase damage of an Anemo character, as Anemo neither have strong reactions like Melt or Vaporize, nor it can be buffed through 4-piece Viridescent set like some other elements, so having someone like Zhongli in the party is quite beneficial, as his shield provides 20% resistance shred on enemies, and he can provide 20% attack bonus through Tenacity of Millilith set, which is a really nice buff for everyone including Anemo units. And for characters like Xiao or Wanderer, who easily gets interrupted, having shield on them is important so that they can do consistently good damage without interruptions. So Zhongli brings in a lot of value and this team can surely take advantage of it. Alright, up next we have No Healer team. This team doesn't have a healer as the name suggests, and the healer spot is taken up by Zhongli. Now most of us keep healers in our team, right? Because they not only provide heals but also give buffs to the team when built right, so why replace them with Zhongli? Well, because no healer can do what Zhongli can do. See, there are a lot of characters whom you don't want to get interrupted while they're on field, like Yuamiya, whose most damage comes from her last shot of her normal attack combo, or Ganyu, whose main source of damage is her charged shots. So what will protect them from getting interrupted? You guessed it, shields. And since Zhongli's shield is super strong, you'll hardly need healers with him around unless you're fighting against enemies that applies corrosion. But keeping that aside, he'll make you invincible against everything else and he provide buffs as well, so he is perfect to be replaced with healers. Coming up next, the All Archon team. Now I've been using this team since Nahida came out in 3.2, and I use this team almost every single day for doing domains, fighting world bosses or weekly bosses, and for doing Spiral Abyss. Basically for everything fighting related, as this team makes every fight a child's play, because of how crazy the Archons are and synergize with each other. More than what people give them credit for, because this team has everything you need to make a great team. It has a crowd controller, a shielder, an amazing sub DPS, and a really powerful DPS, all in one team. And since Archons are amazing supports, they all help each other in dealing more damage, especially Raiden Shogun. And when she is not on field doing damage, her E-skill provides constant electro application for triggering Swirl, Quicken, Aggravate, and Spread reactions, which does a lot of damage off-field during rotations. So overall you get a team which does continuous damage with zero downtime and is super easy to play with. So I'll highly recommend trying out this team, and in fact I'm planning to make a detailed guide about this team where I'll be talking about their best builds and will provide tips on how to use them properly. So if you're interested to see that video, then let me know in the comments and subscribe to my channel to not miss that video. At last but not least, we have the nuke Zhongli team. Now, since Zhongli is an excellent shielder, it often gets overlooked how much damage he can deal from his meteor. But let's not forget that he has high percentage scaling on his burst, and his burst gets additional damage bonus based on his max HP, so he is really viable as a sub-DPS nuker. And to maximize his burst damage, this team is by far the best. It has Ningguang alongside Zhongli for activating Geo Resonance as well as for the 12% damage bonus she provides when passed through her Jade Shield. Then it has Mona for the damage bonus she provides from her burst, and at the last Bennett for the attack bonus plus heals. And with all of these buffs, Zhongli's meteor damage can easily reach above 150k, even with a mediocre build. So this team is worth trying for nuking the enemies. Now there is one more team which I couldn't fit in the top 5 list, but I really want to mention this team, as it performed quite well in my testing, and that team is Physical Zhongli Team. So if you're like me, who loves Zhongli's normal and charged attack animation, and would love to build him as physical DPS, then this team is just perfect for you. The reason why Physical Zhongli works is because his shield decreases enemies' physical resistance by 20%, and his normal, charged attack and plunging attack damage is increased by 1.39% of his max HP, so he's worth building as physical DPS. And like any physical DPS team, you want to keep a cryo unit alongside an electro unit for triggering superconduct reaction, which decreases enemies' physical resistance by 40% for 12 seconds, which is an amazing buff for any physical DPS. Now Mika is currently the best cryo support for physical team, as he can provide up to 50% physical damage bonus through his passive talents, as well as provide heals. As for electro, you can choose any sub-DPS electro unit like Fishao or Yamiko. And for the fourth party member, you can use Yunjin, as she boosts normal attack damage as well as increases its attack speed. And since Zhongli's normal attack speed is already good, he does a lot more damage with Yunjin's buff. Also, keeping Yunjin with Zhongli will trigger Geo Resonance, which will increase Zhongli's overall damage. Now if you don't mind having 2 healers in the party, then in place of Yunjin, you can also use Bennett for the attack bonus he provides, which will increase Zhongli's overall damage. And that's it for this video. If you've any doubts, then feel free to mention it in the comments, and I'll see you guys in my next video. See ya!